We have a brother who just joined us. Brother, what are your thoughts on what Femi said?
Hello, Daddy Freeze. Good morning, good evening, everybody.
Good morning.
Femi has really said most of the thing that I wanted to say, but I'm going to add something of my own opinion. I'm Igbo, right? And to be sincere with you, I don't support what that guy has been doing. He's been able to indoctrinate a lot of people that are so close to me to an extent that they actually donate to whatever cause, which is disheartening. I'm talking about my dad. This guy has been able to indoctrinate my dad and a whole other Igbo people like that. I was the one that broke the news to my dad this morning. I had to call him and tell him your guy has been arrested. My dad is a believer of this so-called Biafra thing. I am not in any way a believer of it because they started very bad. If you want a country, there is a way you go about it. You go about it the right way, not violence. You know, take it to you and try to do whatever you have to do so that they can make us have some kind of whatever it is called. You know, most Igbo people don't even support this. Do you know when do you cells on the leg was when they started this sit-at-home thing? That even the most powerful people in the land are scared to do whatever they want to do in their land.
Yes.
All these governors, their weddings and whatever, they go to Abuja. You know, it's so sad that these people just come out of nowhere and just starts a cause. I'm not against activism, right? Tell me, I'm pretty sure Nnamdi Kanu and what's his name, Ekpa, I'm pretty sure they didn't experience the war. They didn't experience it. My mom experienced it. My mom told me news. These same people, these same Biafra soldiers and women.
Just say RAPED.
Oh, sorry.
Please,
I'm sorry, bro.
You can't use that word.
RAPED, yeah, I'm sorry. RAPED, a lot of women that is Igbo, like them. These same people, if you are presumed kind of SPY, they and you tell me to support something like this. My great grandfather, rather, from my mother's side, was buried alive. I believe is expired for a cause that is nothing. I've been saying it since the inception when they started. I said anything termed Biafra is dead on arrival, and I will do whatever it takes to make it dead on arrival.
Just say bye.
On arrival, sorry. It's so sad. I'm not saying people should not follow any kind of cause, but when you now start scamming people and doing a lot of things that are not meant to be, look at all these guys. Look at their lifestyle. They live a luxurious lifestyle. See the MNK. Not befriending the guy they were.
Yes, now you are right.
Living on people's money.
You are right.
You know? And you are now telling me, I mean, I'm so happy. It's just sad that they might release him because you know he has been arrested before. He has been taken to that place before, and they left him. Yeah, I think that was about 2 years ago or thereabouts.
I think it's just a strategy. You know, he appears to be above the government earlier. It seems that anything is up, no one is talking. So I think please, can you miss your? That's my.
Please mute.
All right. So
sorry. I'd like to bring some when you are done, Femi and Ronke. Please, I want you to leave.
Okay.
So I can bring Igbo people. I want to bring Henry the Great and Samaria because this is an Igbo conversation. Then I'm bringing you back, Femi, after they're done.
Okay.
But I want them to have an opportunity to also express themselves.
Okay.
Go on with what you're saying.
All right. What were I saying? Okay. I said that, you know, looking at what the guy is doing, I think they were actually doing that because of the fact that he appeared to be living above the government. He appears to be above the government. And if they are not doing anything to curtail him, honestly, that guy can go extra mile to do anything he likes and he wanted. And I think that is why they actually take that action against him. Now, you see, the matter of secession we're actually talking about, I think I partially support it. Looking at the way this country is being operated, I don't see us, progressing in a certain direction with the way they combine all of us together as a country. Especially there is a certain region in this country that they seems to be they have the population, but they are not really contributing economically to the progress of this country. So I see a reason why we should actually go for that secession. But the question is, how are we going about it? I think that is the first question. How are we even going about the secession? Now, look at it now. Nigerians, we always wait for every election time before we can make a bold statement. But after the election, we don't make bold statement. Now, there are certain things about this country that should be a topic. Even like this regional government now that Chichi wrote, I believe that there should be responsible organization and individuals who are pushing this, and they are bringing intelligent conversation on ground so that the government and all relevant stakeholders, even they can mount pressure on the lawmakers. Because let me tell you, where we're having issue as a country is actually from the Senate, both the Green Chamber and the Red Chamber. There are some things that if these guys don't infect at the Green or Red Chamber, we cannot feel the impact as a country. Why are we always divided when national matters, are of a great essence for us? Right now, I have not seen Nigerian united for intellectual or intelligent conversation. The only time we always feel the heat of youth in this country is when people want to vote for Mr. A, or when they want to vote for Mr. B, or when they want to vote for Mr. C. Whereas the change we need in this country is not limited to Mr. President alone. It's all about people at the Senate level, at all levels. Yeah, thank you. It's all about people at all strata of government. And if we are not making certain things a big discussion, we having a referendum, we having conferences, the national conference, and bringing all this as an element of voting a particular personality in this country, honestly, I think we are yet to be ready for the anticipation area. All right, Daddy, please let me leave so that you can bring that person you actually want to bring on.
John, I want to bring you just for 5 minutes because I know you are very passionate about this topic, so I don't want you to go out of hand because of Instagram censorship and all that. So what are your thoughts? Before you go, Femi, I want you and John to have this conversation. What are your thoughts? Simon Ekpa arrested. What are your thoughts?
First and foremost, I don't agree with Femi that there is any part of Nigeria that is not contributing economically. I know he was referring to the northern Nigeria. The northern Nigeria is contributing as much as every other part of Nigeria. When people say this, I just look at them and laugh. If those guys when they cut down food supply to the southeast during the Civil War, what happened? Those people are, let's stop, when we make statements like this, that's what gives some people like the dude that was arrested the audacity to feel that other regions are useless. And I don't believe in that. Nigeria, every part of Nigeria is as economically viable as the other. Let's stop saying all this. Let me tell you something. A lot of people think that oil belongs to the Niger Delta. No. The North has a large stake in the oil that we have in Nigeria. You know why?
Go ahead. Why?
70% of our oil is offshore. True or false? And the reason why we have that large international water is because of the North. Your international water is a mirror image of your landmass. That is why Cameroon, Ghana does not have as much as large international water in that bite of Bonny. So let's stop saying that the North is not contributing, the North is contributing. They're contributing a lot. Same as the South, same as the Southeast, same as the West. Because things like this that we see is what makes the likes of this dude that was arrested to come out with impunity and do all the things he does. For me, personally, I am in support of one strong, united Nigeria, where every state acts as a truly federal state, controls its resources, and contributes a quota to the federal government. When people come out and say that some regions are not viable, that's what brings all this divide. For me, I know a lot of people think I'm in support of the guy that was arrested. No, I can't be in support of someone who has turned the Southeast into a trap. If you ask me, they should repatriate him to Nigeria and release Nnamdi Kanu and keep him in prison. They should replace him with they should release Nnamdi Kanu for us and keep him.
What are your personal thoughts on Nnamdi Kanu, John?
My personal thought is that when he started way off. He started way off. I don't believe in someone coming out openly to insult other tribes. You can have your reservations about them, but you don't have any right to insult them. Because the truth is that before becoming an Igbo man, I am first a human being. If to say the day when they born me, my mama and Daddy Free's mama did the same hospital. They switch us. I would have grown up a Yoruba man. He would have grown up an Igbo man. So at birth, we are born with a clean slate. You are born tabula rasa. So there's nothing. I don't believe in all these things. So for me, I believe he started way off, but with time, he started realizing the harm what he did is doing to the people he is fighting for. And that is why you see him, he has taken another turn. I believe that if Nnamdi Kanu is released, Nnamdi Kanu will change what he's fighting for into a political force that will take over the Southeast and demand rightfully, legally, what the Southeasterners want. So, honestly, for me, I feel that the guy that was arrested is way off, and that's the difference. That's what you see. And if you look at it critically, you will realize that is what we lack in Nigeria: education. The difference we don't. I don't believe we have any tribe. We have illiterates and educated people, and the poor and the rich. Because you see, Nnamdi Kanu Nnamdi Kanu was acting from the standpoint of a similarly educated person, but this Simon dude, it does not know A plus B. He's just some bloody nuisance.
Simon is apparently a lawyer, so
which lawyer? Which kind of lawyer? Lawyer? I don't understand. What lawyer? Native lawyer. Well, if you're in court, that if someone is speaking like that, will you let him defend you? And the truth is that this guy is not even Igbo, and I don't know who he's fighting for. He has turned the Southeast into a place where, and this I also blame the Southeastern leaders who, instead of addressing the core problem of our societies, they are busy doing lavish burials and drinking expensive drinks. That's all our leaders can do. That's all our leaders can do these days. In as much as I have never supported Ifeanyi Ubah because he's my senator representing Anambra South. In as much as I never supported him, there are key things Ifeanyi Ubah did in the Southeast that you will see that this is born out of passion and love for his people. If you go to Nnewi, you will realize that Ifeanyi Ubah single-handedly mounted CCTV cameras in Nnewi and had the central control units where they are being monitored, just because he worked for his people. But the rest will just go from party to party, drinking Louis 13, and I really don't understand.
Okay. Well, I think John made a lot of sense with his submission, just that I wouldn't want to agree 100%. You see, there is a difference between someone has a potential of something and someone has been doing it. we need to understand that the Niger Delta has been well known for the exploration and the refining of our crude oil. And whether you like it or not, the Niger Delta has long, rich history in that area. They just discovered the oil deposits in the north you're talking about maybe 2 or 3 years ago.
That's not what I was talking about, Femi.
Okay, what are you talking about?
Femi, this is my curfew. You can't even argue this.
No, what you
Femi,
said.
listen. Can you listen? Listen to me. Listen to me. I said the oil in Nigeria, 70% of our oil is offshore in our international waters. And the reason why we have that large international waters is because of the landmass in the north. Your international waters is kind of similarly a mirror image of your landmass. That is why if you look at the Bight of Bonny, Nigeria has the largest part of the Bight of Bonny, and that is where the crude oil is. The crude in Equatorial Guinea is in their own Bight of Bonny, but it is very little because Equatorial Guinea is small. The crude oil in Ghana is in their own Bight of Bonny, but it's very little because their landmass is small. So if we don't have the north, we won't have that land mass to have that large offshore oil. Do you understand?
Yes.
Land operations is, nobody calls land operation anything. That's why if you look at Shell, SPDC, they have SPDC and SNEPCO. Those in SNEPCO are the real Shell guys. SPDC is just land operations. You know they call them anything. Shell East and Shell West. You know they call them anything. SPDC is the main deal because that's where the bulk of the oil comes from. You get it? So let's stop assuming that this part is not doing their bit, this part is not doing their bit. If the North stop supplying food to the Southeast, we won't survive. The West and the Southeast will not survive.
No,
without their food.
You know, this is what we are now saying. When we are talking about economic contribution, I think you are talking about the ideal. The ideal is that if we look at the geography of Nigeria, if we look at how the North, the West, and the South can contribute, honestly, it's not really bad for us to be all together. And that would be of great advantage for us. There is no doubt about it. But when we look at the history,
Femi, do you believe, all of you here, do you believe Nigeria would be better as one, or do you think the agitations of Nnamdi Kanu and Simon Ekpa with regards to the creating of the Biafra state would be in the interest of Nigeria as a whole?
Okay.
Shall I go first?
Yeah,
let's start from
I want to run, so I will go first. I'm gonna say what I want to say. I believe Nigeria is better as one with the right set of leaders, and I think this can be possible by, let me put it this way, by every region reconciling their differences with some kind of maybe national conference. I know we've had all these things way back, but it's actually those ones didn't work. But if we can make one of those national